Welcome to Chicago Bears 360, keeping it a buck with Coach T.
Contra.
Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence. On the road to them Benjis, I fill my teeth with diamonds. I'm high as fuck in the sky, you would've thought I'm pilot. I'm from Chicago, it get ugly, fill the streets with violence. Life like chess, move to pieces, you know I roll in silence.
Past, present, future. We bear down.
All right, welcome to Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. I thought this week I would take a look at the film and let you in on what I saw that was good from the Cleveland tape. Believe it or not, there were some good things that you can take from the tape. And there's also, when coaches think about football, here's the thing about the coaching world. You always have to go back to the tape, and you're always going to be able to find something good that you can build on, whether it's a win or a loss, whether it's a bad win, good loss, or good win and bad loss. You will always be able to go to tape and find something. This is something I believe Coach Nagy and Coach Laser, the team, can take something and build upon with the zone read concepts. That's QB1 right there. That's Justin Fields. And I'm going to let you know some things we did good in the Cleveland game and how we can build on some of the zone read and RPO concepts. So let's get into it. Let's move forward. So here we have a loose spread gun. Ace left gun formation. And we're going to run a zone read concepts on it. And then I'm going to explain to you, because I switched up the order of these plays on purpose intentionally to let you know how you move from one play to another and how you set one concept up by using the other. So basic zone read concept, you have offensive line stepping strong side zone, Montgomery flowing with the zone. Justin's eyes should be here, reading this defensive end here. Wrong color. Reading that defensive end there. And what he's looking to see is if he's going to crash down. If he crashes down, Justin's responsibility and what Justin is supposed to do is get out here. Use his legs, get out here and run, right? All right. That's a basic zone read concept. If the defensive end crashes, zone gets out. Justin gets out to the perimeter. If he doesn't, then Justin is supposed to give to David Montgomery, and we gouge the defense. And these are all setup plays, right? The run sets up the pass in this concept. Both runs. So we clear this, we let it run. And here's the good. Here's the good from the Cleveland game. All right, that's about 7 to 8 yards. All right, run that back. This puts the defense into compromise because you don't want this. And this is one of the things that I thought I saw in the tape leading up to the Cleveland game that we had opportunities with. Their defense has strong defensive ends, but they're soft in the middle. Linebackers and interior defensive linemen. So you just gouge them with this play. Now, what's the follow-on play of what's the counter to this play? You have to be thinking ahead as an offensive coordinator. You have to be thinking ahead. And you have to already have counters, playing chess in your head, have counters to this play. So the counter to this play is they're going to crash down with the defensive end. The counter is Justin keeping. If he crashes down, Justin keeps. That's a whole nother play, right? So if you have success with the zone, boom, success. I'm gouging the defense. I'm gouging. The defense has to respond. And it's a numbers game. So eventually, this defensive end is going to start cheating, and he's going to start wanting to help, right? And that's when you let Justin keep it and get to the perimeter. All right? That's 2 run plays in one. That's what makes zone read so cool and one of the most popular concepts in football right now. All right? Now, what if Justin runs? And he starts killing them here in the perimeter, right? So now you're gouging, you're killing them with the give, you're killing them on the perimeter, running. What's the defense's counter to that move? hey, y'all just eating us alive. What do I do next? Well, if you notice here in the first play I show you, they move this man right here down in the box. They move this man down here in the box. And his sole purpose down in the box, this safety, because ideally he would be back here. Too high safety. But his whole sole purpose down in the box is to account for Justin running. So not only are you killing me with the gouge, with the zone, now you're killing me on the perimeter with the keep. So it's a chess match. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk this safety down in the box to account for Justin running, right? Now, again, as an offensive coordinator, you have to be thinking 2 plays ahead, 2 moves ahead. It's a chess game. So what do you do next? What you do next is the next play you're going to see. So we're going to show this. All right, we've gouged them all day with this play. They walk a safety up in the box. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to have the same concept. And I'm going to show zone read similar to the other play. Strong side zone, offensive lineman moving that way. David Montgomery moving that way. This time, Justin's eyes are here on this defensive end. His eyes are here. But remember, we are trying to counter them walking the safety down in the box. Now, the safety is here, but we still need to account for them having an additional man in the box, right? We still need to account for them having an additional man in the box. So what are we going to do off of this, right? The setup and what we're going to do off of this is the RPO, the run pass option. So if you see the execution here, pause. Justin's eyes are still going to be here, but what he's doing is looking out this way. And because he's naturally looking out this way, you want to go with a RPO, perfect execution, out here. And ideally, this is what you want to do. You want to go through a cycle of all these different plays. You want the zone to gouge, the zone run to gouge them. You want the running back to hit him up the middle and gouge the defense with the run. You want Justin to win with his legs when this guy crashes. When this guy crashes, you want Justin to win with his legs and get out to the perimeter here. You want him to win there. And then if they're walking the safety down in the box, right, then you want them, the next counter move is to go with the RPO. Perfect execution. Now, what can we do to build on the success of these 3-4 plays, but one concept, right? Understand something. And this is why you got to understand coverages, right? So if they walk this safety down in the box, we have a single high safety here, right? This helps you read the coverage pre-snap. And the rules for reading the coverage pre-snap, the rules, the acronym you use is SDL, right? And that stands for the safety, the cornerback depth here, and the cornerback leverage. Which way is the cornerback shaded? These are all going to be indicators of what coverage you are. The safety, the cornerback depth, and the cornerback leverage. Which way is he shaded? Clear that up. So if you pay attention, that single high safety, the cornerback depth is about 5 to 7 yards, but they're leaned and they're covered, they're shaded in or turned in as if they're going to bail. And what that tells me with single high safety and these guys shaded or turned this way, that they are ready to bail. That's cover 3, right? So if you have cover 3, then you have to manipulate the RPO with these guys out here. You got to play around with these guys out here in the routes to try to expose this cover 3, right? So what you want to do is get them and compromise their assignments and cause conflict. So if this guy's assignment is to cover this outer third and bail, what you want to do is get him moving forward. And the way you get him moving forward is just to throw a simple hitch, right? Hit him out here on the hitch, right? Let Allen Robinson come out here and block the first person that comes to him. Win, lose, or draw, throw the play. Expect this guy to get jiggy out here, make a guy miss, and gain some yards, right? And this is a setup play for another concept, right? So let's undo this. We're going to keep the hitch and say the hitch works or it doesn't work. Then you come back with the hitch and wheel. Fake the hitch, throw the wheel. Fake the hitch, throw the wheel out here. And the reason why you want to do that again is you're getting this guy moving forward and you compromising this guy. You're going to make him have to play your speedy receiver in space. And you compromise this guy because he can't get there fast enough. And another route combination I would have on this, on the backside, is I would have maybe a guy going out in the flat, and then I'll have a guy get into this space here. Because this guy right here is going to have to respond. This safety right here is going to have to respond to this lookout here, right? You want to put the defense in conflict. So run the hitch first and then run hitch wheel combination. What's another concept that we can run off this potentially this week? Let's undo some of this stuff. This scribble scrabble on the board. What's another concept that we can run off this? How about a bubble screen? Allen Robinson on the bubble screen. Get Darnell Mooney up here, or somebody that's better at blocking out here, blocking the first thing that comes to him, right? And this is almost an exact polar opposite concept to the other one, because again, you want to get you get this corner moving forward out of his outside third responsibility. If he comes up now on the next play, you fake the bubble. You fake the bubble and you put him in conflict and you get this guy coming across on some kind of slant, right? There's a number of ways that you can get them in conflict. One of my favorite ways to conflict or create a conflict for a cover three is I would go with a loose spread a trips formation. So move one of these guys out and bring them over here in the formation. Bring them in the slot. So you would have a guy right here, right? You would have a man in the middle, in the slot, off the ball in the slot, say one of those tight ends. And what you're going to run is hitch. We call this a hitch. Wheel. So similar to the other route concept. And then you're going to have this guy run a seam, right? Now, let's see what that does to the defense. Because you want to create a conflict with those guys, right? You have that extra safety in the box. Somebody's not going to be covered. And he can even bend this seam across the formation a little bit, right? Bend this seam across the face of the safety. Got to get the right color. Bend that across the face of the safety. Now you're creating a conflict because this corner is going to come up. That means this safety has to decide whether he's going to support this wheel route or this seam route. He has to make a choice. So now Justin's only read becomes this safety now. He looks there. And whatever is his first step, if he steps that way, he knows, hey, I'm going out here. If this safety steps this way, first step, then he knows, hey, I'm going this way. I'm going with the seam. So this is what it's all about. These are some ideas that Coach Nagy and the team, the coaches can, and how you build off the zone read RPO concept and potentially some ideas that they can take into Sunday's game versus Detroit. Hope you like the videos. This is Chicago Bears 360 with Coach T. Like, comment, share. If you have some ideas or some concepts you want to see, leave them in the comments. Leave shots out and share Thanks for joining. For all of you that subscribed this past week off the last video, over 600 views already. Thank you for that. And we appreciate it. Coach T, I'm out.